Rachel Zegler admits she enjoys the backlash against Snow White.
Rachel Zegler is responding to the backlash over Disney's latest live-action remake.
Everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces.
Fans have eagerly awaited Disney's live-action adaptation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, released in March 2025, and with a blockbuster budget and an A-list cast, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, expectations soared. But nobody predicted just how heated the conversation would become. From day one, the production faced rumors and social media blowups, with Zegler's comments doing little to extinguish the drama.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird.
Instead, she seems to be leaning into the furor, and doing so with a self-assured grin. A spark of drama even before Snow White hit theaters. Headlines were abuzz about the film's sweeping changes, particularly the move to replace the beloved Seven Dwarfs with CGI. Disney cited a desire to avoid reinforcing dated stereotypes, explaining that they consulted with members of the dwarfism community to tweak the original story. But while the studio scrambled for a respectful approach, it didn't stop fans and critics from voicing shock over the drastic differences. Then, actress Rachel Zegler stoked the fire. Known for her turn as Maria in West Side Story, she turned heads on a talk show when she joked about being recognized in line for the Snow White ride at Disneyland. Her punchy line, "I am a narcissist," stuck in people's minds. Instead of clarifying that it was said with comedic flair, Zegler's brash confidence spurred whispers online. Soon the conversation shifted from the film's creative direction to her personal demeanor. The audition that changed everything. Despite the drama, no one can deny Zegler's rise to stardom happened at lightning speed. As she revealed on Jimmy Kimmel Live, legendary filmmaker Steven Spielberg personally recommended her to director Mark Webb for the coveted Snow White role, even before she snagged West Side Story. Spielberg even teased her casting with cryptic Apple emojis in a text message, hinting that her destiny was sealed as Disney's latest princess. Zegler also discussed the grueling process of acting alongside CGI characters, calling it the hardest thing I've ever done. She'd sometimes perform scenes 3 times over, one with a human stand-in, another with puppets, and then a clean pass where she simply pantomimed. She joked that in some shots, she'd literally drop props onto the floor for animators to pick up digitally later. All that technical wizardry made for a bizarre filming experience, and perhaps overshadowed how a fresh-faced 23-year-old might handle the intense spotlight. Fuel on the fire, backlash over narcissism. One of the strangest twists in this Snow White saga came from a surprising source, Disney producer Mark Platt's son, Jonah Platt. After a critic blasted Mark Platt for allegedly flying to New York to confront Zegler about her social media activity, Jonah fired back in the comments, insinuating that the actress was indeed living up to that narcissist label. He argued that she was on the hook to promote this massively expensive film, yet her online statements about politics and personal issues risked alienating audiences. While some saw this as a scathing attack, others noted it reflected a broader problem in Hollywood, balancing personal expression with big studio promotional duties. According to Jonah, free speech doesn't necessarily translate to limitless freedom from corporate consequences, especially when tens of thousands of collaborators are banking on the film's success. Does Zegler actually enjoy the backlash? Here's where fans raise eyebrows. Rather than backpedaling or trying to dial down her personal commentary, Zegler has occasionally doubled down on social media, telling folks in so many words that she stands by her opinions. And if that ruffles feathers, so be it. Candid remarks on talk shows and social media have only stoked curiosity over whether she's brushing off the criticism or perhaps reveling in the chaos. Zegler's supporters say she's simply confident enough not to kowtow to fan demands, pointing out that male stars rarely get grilled this hard for being outspoken. Critics, on the other hand, accuse her of flaunting an "I told you so" attitude and overshadowing what Snow White was supposed to represent, a modern spin on a classic fairy tale. Is it a tactic to ensure she remains a hot topic in the press? Or is she genuinely indifferent to the swirl of negativity? That question has kept the internet buzzing.